Connecting.
Hey there guys, and welcome to EVE Basics. In this video we're going to be discussing what are called hauler alts. It's a mechanic players use to circumvent several game mechanics to easily and more safely move their items across parts of EVE's map. Let's first address the name. When someone's talking about a character and they use the term alt, they are using the abbreviation for alternative character, which means it's a player character under that player's control, but not their main character. Each EVE account has 3 character slots a player can use, which allows a player to create specialized roles for each of their characters. For example, one character may mainly be skilled into PvP, with the other 2 specialized into doing other things such as mining or exploration. The way EVE is built allows each character to be specialized in one of several areas, making the use of alt characters an important aspect of playing EVE Online. Now, a hauler character is a character that is designed specifically around moving assets from one location to another. They almost always reside in an NPC corporation, which we'll explain in just a moment, and they use different industrial ships to haul their goods. Usually they are used by players that either can't enter high security systems, also called high sec, due to their own security status, or they have an active war declared against their player corporation. A war declaration is a way for 2 groups of player-ran corporations to fight one another in high security systems without being interrupted by the NPC police called Concord. It's a mechanic that different groups use to different degrees in order to have PvP in high sec, but it costs money to invest in. However, to prevent constant war decks against every group of players in the game, only player corporations can have war declarations made against one another. Meaning, if a character is in an NPC corporation, they're free from such mechanics. That doesn't mean, though, that a character in an NPC corporation can't be attacked. They just can't be formally attacked. If that character is hauling highly valuable items, a player or a group may do what is called a suicide gank. This is a mechanic we'll touch on in another video, but just know that it's simply a player or group using low-cost but high-damage ships to attack a hauler ship without a war declaration made in order to loot the valuable cargo. This is an example of EVE Online sandbox gameplay, but again, we'll touch on that later. In the description below, there's a skill plan for a new character to train into in order to be used as a hauler alt. You simply create the alt character using one of your 3 character slots and train the necessary skills. Keep in mind, if you aren't using the dual character training mechanic, where you pay an additional $15 to train multiple characters at once, you can only train one character at a time. The skill plan takes only an hour, and then you can simply swap back to your main character and resume the skill plan you have set up. Once your hauler alt is trained and has a ship they need, moving items is rather easy. You simply place the assets you want to move into your ship's cargo hangar and then set your destination. You can do this by searching for your destination in the People and Places window and right-clicking and selecting Set as Destination. Then you simply need to travel where you want to go. Again, keep in mind that if you're transporting highly valuable items, such as the 30-day player license extension, also called a Plex, which is the in-game equivalent of a month-long subscription, you may be attacked. When it comes to Plex specifically, you should have never transported out of a station, as you'll be the prime target for other players to attack. When you've reached your destination with your goods, you can then simply create a contract directly to your main character. You do this by opening the contract window and then filling out the appropriate terms. We'll get into more on how contracts work in a different video, but for now you simply have to choose Item Exchange, and then Private, and then write the full name of whichever character you want to give the items to, and then you'll be fine. It may cost a little bit of ISK, but it shouldn't be that much, and assuming you already gave your alt enough ISK to buy the items you were shipping in the first place, you should be fine with the fee the game charges to set the contract up. After the contract is set up, you're done, and you simply just need to relog your account onto your main character, or whichever character you sent the contract to, and accept it, so that your items will then be placed into the hangar. And with that, that's all you need to do with a hauler alt. There are different things you should always be aware of when moving a hauler alt to a destination, however. First off, always keep in mind of the system security status. Remember that in low security and zero security space, you can be attacked without provocation or intervention by the NPC police. If you're going to your player corporation or alliance's home system, you may want to try making sure that they're aware of the name of your alt and what type of ship you're flying so that they don't attack it on accident. It'd also be useful to be on the same TeamSpeak or Mumble as your group members just in case they didn't already know that the alt is yours. You could form a fleet and ask them to help escort you the last few systems until you reach the destination.
Skill training completed.